What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4, Quattro Cat of Bring Me Down 1 year later. For those of you just tuning in, we're hanging out with fans that were in the video clip that we made called Bring Me Down. It was a cool concept. Everyone showed up, did some awesome stuff, and some of those awesome people decided to do a reverse role interview thing where band interviews fan with us. Today we have the one and only, my favorite male podcaster, Canadian male podcaster, from the Pop Cult Experience, Tyler. Tyler, what's
you really diminished me there. First, I went from favorite male pod to just favorite Canadian male podcaster. Now, I don't even stretch through North America.
Hey, Tyler, where are you chatting with us from today?
The basement,
Your
which
basement.
happens to be in Ottawa, Canada.
So you're taking the reversal. You're taking basement, Ottawa, Canada.
Yes. But yeah, I'm over here in Ottawa, just down the road. Just finished recording an episode of the podcast and jumped right into this.
So we discovered you guys, I think, before you discovered us. But there's still like this sort of symbiotic relationship that we have. So in the question of where did you find us, how did that story kind of evolve for you? We talked about it with Karen, but I want to hear your side of things.
Well, this is going to be hilarious because whatever you talked about with Karen, I'm hoping I reproduce, or else I'm just going to sound like a buffoon. We put out a post, a call for local or not even local, just artists in general, that if they wanted to come on and help a kind of fledgling podcast start up by jumping on and doing some interviews and stuff like that. Because I mean, help us, help you, you help us kind of thing. So I believe, I could be wrong, but that we put out a call on social media for artists to reach out if they wanted to come on the podcast. And I believe you reached out.
And of course, you probably did like most people do. You stalked us after. And then you found out, hey, these guys actually make music. So from that, which song was your favorite?
But they're all so good. And then you've done so many varied things with them that now it's like, I don't know if it's like, I have mixed feelings because they're all great. And then they're like a new song comes up and it all started with me. Like a Bullet was probably my first introduction to you. And it was like one of your harder like rock songs of sorts. But I'll stick with Like a Bullet because I believe it's the first one that I heard.
So you've given a lot of thought to all these things. In terms of like the band, how would you describe the band in one word? If you could describe the band in one word.
Interactive. Because of everything you do, you've created an Asher family. You're constantly on all your social medias. You're constantly keeping everybody in the loop of everything. Not only that, you just have random discussions with people as not just the band. Like you've created friendships with a lot of your listeners and everything. And you play fun games, you do interviews like this, you have people in your videos, you do everything. It's the inclusiveness that you have with your fan base.
Bring Me Down, we approached you to be in Bring Me Down, but was it the first time that actually you were in a music video or a video before?
Yes, no, this was the first time I have ever actually been in a actual music video.
How did you feel about that experience? Like, was it nerve-wracking?
I hated it. Luckily, I love you guys. And then you guys were like, come on, you can do it. And it was a harrowing experience.
We want to know what the true count on how many takes did it take you to do.
It took me hitting record and then stopping to record without even saying or doing a thing about 50 times. And then it took, I'm going to say, a good between 15 and 20 actual takes to finally find one that I liked. And then I don't even think I used that one. I think I went back like 3 before that and used that one instead based on the camera angle.
And did you have one of those, like, everyone has this experience where they did just like they really felt they did that great take and then they realized they weren't recording?
Oh yeah, I had one of those where I like quickly reached over, tapped to my phone thinking I hit the record button, then got back in, did a take, and then looked over and there was no little red light on, and I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll try that. And then couldn't reproduce it for the longest time. And then it was recording, watching the recording, watching me do weird with my hands and going, what am I doing? Stopping the recording, starting the recording, actively not trying to do weird hand motions and weird dancing, and then watching it back and realizing I'm just doing the same thing again. And eventually just leaving it in because there was no way I was going to stop it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I talk with my hands just in general. And singing becomes even worse. I was getting to the point where I'm like, I need to find a take I've already done or I'm going to be here for the next 6 hours and my phone is going to be filled with 600 different versions of me singing this song. Yeah, my phone at one point was like, you're out of memory.
Really, I just bought this. So you went through the 600 videos, and then you found a take, you sent it in, and you're like, oh my God, I'm not even sure how I feel about this. And then, of course, we put it all together. And how did you feel about watching the video the first time?
I was really hoping that I didn't make the cut, but then I saw myself and I was equally embarrassed for myself again. But I mean, overall, it's an actual like really good video and a really good idea for a video. And I guess myself including, I thought that everybody did a fabulous job and love the fact that everybody got in there and did it. So I felt better once I watched the video and seeing everybody else do it too. And realizing, okay, I'm just like every other one of these people that probably went through the same weird 90,000 takes and kind of embarrassment of, oh my God, I'm going to be on camera and yada, 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 that I went through.
The emotional process.
Yeah, the whole emotional range of everything. And then, so once I watched the full video, I mean, I come on fairly early in it. And then I was like, oh God. Yeah. Then I continued watching it and I was like, okay, I'm okay. Everybody, this is great. This is fun. Everybody got in there and I felt better about it.
I remember getting your take and being like, oh man, this is so good. I really appreciated getting your video, like as everyone, but when I got yours, it was really like, oh, this is so cool. Like everyone's take was unique on the experience of doing it. You crushed it. You crushed it. And to bring this to a close, we have a little segment we like to call Would You Rather. And the way this works is I put my cowboy hat to good use. So in here we have statements that start with Would You Rather. So in here are statements that have or have not anything to do with ATA or the video clips or whatnot. And I'm going to read it to you, and then you choose what would you rather, and you can tell us why. So I'm gonna mix it up in here. I'm gonna bring it down. I'm gonna make sure it's nice and mixed up. I want to get something really outrageous. For those just tuning in, Tyler, Pop Cult Experience, go check them out. They have great merch. They're on Instagram. They're on Facebook. Amazing people, as you can see. So friendly, so Canadian, just so Canadian. It's all Canadian here. So, Tyler, would you rather be followed everywhere by Chris playing the flute or be surprised daily by Sean, bass player of Adam Sashes, for those just tuning in? Surprised daily by Sean playing the tuba.
Now, the surprise daily, I do like, because I mean, seeing Sean first thing when I step out of the shower or something, playing the tuba, does sound good. Or having him in the passenger seat of my car when I get in, and I do like surprises, and I do like Sean. But there is nothing better than having your own walking musical accompaniment. So everywhere I go, you're walking behind me playing like the flute, like I'm a cartoon character, and every step I take is like a musical note. I mean, how do you beat that?
I mean, and there's nothing that says that I can't learn the theme songs for stuff.
Me entering like a building, there could be some big flute crescendo that comes up with my entrances. If I'm just walking down the sidewalk, you could do like a little light, like how can I pass that up? I can't pass up having my own soundtrack. Also, you have to follow me around everywhere, which means you are constantly in my presence. And that is just shenanigans right there.
Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. Again, one last time, Tyler, my favorite Canadian male podcaster, my favorite Canadian from Ottawa podcaster, Tyler from the Pop Cult Experience. You want to check them out? You're going to find out a whole bunch of stuff that is coming in the world of geekdom, Marvel, DC, everything, and stuff I have no idea what they're talking about. And when they tell me, I feel like so much more. I have more culture in the realm of everything that they talk about, and they also support great indie bands and indie music such as ourselves and so many others. Check them out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and check out their podcasts available on Spotify and other platforms. Thank you so much, Ty, for coming.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much, man. Have a good one, buddy. See you soon.